Hi everyone and welcome to Simplified EFL. In today's lesson, we are going to learn what is the present simple, its structure and formula, present simple tense usage, some examples and an exercise. So what is the present simple? In simple words, we use the present simple to talk about something that is true now, in the present. The present simple is used to discuss actions that are currently taking place. There are specific grammar rules for this tense, which is frequently employed in English. To ensure that your speech is comprehensive and clear, it is important to understand these rules and know how to apply them. The simple present tense of English language verbs is a bit tricky. Simple present tense verbs are not used to describe actions that are already executing. The present participles are used more frequently in that context. The present simple structure. Verbs can be conjugated in three forms, which are affirmative, negative, interrogative. Let's take, for example, the verb to be. Its structure or formula is the following. In affirmative form, it is subject plus is, or are, followed by a predicate. For example, he is a pilot, she is a teacher, we are friends. He, she, we are the subject. Is the verb to be in the simple present. In negative form, the formula is subject plus is, are, plus not, followed by a predicate. For example, he isn't a pilot. Isn't is the short form of is not. Another example, we aren't friends. Aren't also is the short form of are not. In interrogative form, the formula is is, are, plus subject, plus predicate, and question mark. Here, the verb to be, is, are, precedes the subject. This is the interrogative form. For example, is he a pilot? The regular verb forms for the first, second, and third person are simple and frequently similar to the verb's infinitive form. A few rules that apply to the third person singular, he, she, it, may require some memorization, but with practice they will become natural. To most regular verbs, we add an s at the end. For example, play and say. We add an s and it becomes he or she or it plays. We add an s at the end. Also in say, we add an s and it becomes says. He says, she says. To verbs that end in these letters, we add an es at the end. For example, the verb go, wish, fix, bus, teach. We add es at the end of them all, and it becomes he or she goes, wishes, fixes, buses, and teaches. To verbs that end with a consonant followed by y, drop the y and add ies. For example, copies and tries. And this is the structure of simple present with other verbs. In affirmative form, it is subject plus verb plus object. For example, we like music. He or she likes music. In negative form, it is subject plus don't or doesn't plus verb plus object. For example, we don't like music. Don't is the short form of do not. Another example, he or she doesn't like music. Also, doesn't is the short form of does not. In the interrogative form, it is do or does plus subject plus verb plus object. And of course, a question mark. For example, do you like music? Does he or she like music? If you notice here in the verb like, we didn't add s because there is a helping verb, and the helping verb is already conjugated in the simple present, and it's the verb do, and it becomes does. If the helping verb is conjugated, the main verb, in this case like, is not conjugated in simple present. How to use the present simple. Simple present tense is a grammatical tense that is used to talk about scheduled future events. For example, our train leaves at 9 a.m. To express future after the following words: when, after, before, tell, until, as soon as. For example, I will see you when I come to London. Come here is in the simple present tense. We also use the simple present tense for facts and generalizations. For example, the sun rises in the east. And we use the simple present tense to talk about habits or repeated actions. For example, I drink coffee every day. I go to bed at 10 p.m. The underlined expressions every day and at 10 p.m. indicate the present simple tense. Before we move to the exercise, here are some time expressions that indicate present simple tense. Usually, always, never, often, sometimes. These are frequency adverbs. Every day, week, month, or year. On Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, etc. Once a week, once a month, once a year. In the morning, evening, or afternoon. Until, when, after, before, as soon as. This evening at 10 a.m. Now I will leave you with an exercise to practice what we have learned. Put the verbs between brackets in the correct form. Here I give you 6 sentences and you should put each verb in the correct tense. Obviously, it's the present simple tense. So write your answers in the comment section below and see you in another lesson. Bye-bye.